And we have magically teleported to the far west side of Bariloche to the infamous Xiao Hotel.
This hotel was built in 1938 in the Canadian style by the same architect who built the cathedral that we saw yesterday. So really cool, really interesting. And it is a little bit expensive to stay here.
Yeah, it's like what, 350
US dollars per night. So what you can do, and what we're doing, is you can actually make reservations and come here as a non-guest at the restaurant to eat lunch, afternoon tea, or dinner, or all three if you want. But it's supposed to be really well served, so we're really excited.
And we have 2 other exciting stops here on the west side of Bariloche. Man, we're hungry, we're excited. Let's go. So we just finished a huge banquet of a lunch,
yes.
Which came to about $40 US per person, or if you use the black market and the blue dollar here in Argentina, for us, it was actually $20 per person. We'll be making a future video about that. And we were literally started just recording some things on our phone of the interior, some of the food, and pretty soon after we started recording, immediately someone came up and said, "Are you guys guests?" And we're like, no, we're here, we have a reservation for lunch. And he said, "Oh, okay, if you're not a guest, you can take as many photos as you want,
but no videos."
But no videos. I was like, "Oh, even on the phone?" No video on the phone. So we're like, "Oh, okay." So we couldn't get as much or as beautiful shots as we liked, but the interior was really beautiful, rustic style, pine wood, kind of like a cabin. Really, really beautiful. But honestly, I think the outside and the surrounding area is especially beautiful. And now where we're headed is right next to Xiao Hotel, to another iconic site built by the same architect that built the hotel, which is
San Eduardo Chapel.
San Eduardo Chapel, which is where we're headed right now, really right across, just a few minutes walk, but should get an even more beautiful view of the hotel. And then after that, a couple more destinations, so let's go. All right, guys, holy crap, the past, 20 minutes or so has been insane. Okay, basically what happened is, right after the chapel, there's a bus stop right down, pretty much right at the base. So we asked a woman there, was like, "Hey, do you mind if we pay you and you can use your card?" She's like, "Oh, I'll use it, no problem." I said, "Oh, awesome. Hey, is this the bus route that takes us to the
Cerro
Campanario, the hiking trail?" And she says, "Yes, but today's actually like a Memorial Day or some kind of holiday."
Yes.
So it actually closes early. I think it might be closing in the next hour. And we're like, "Oh my gosh." And then she said, "Oh, and also the buses now are leaving every half an hour, and the last one just left." We're like, "Oh shoot, we gotta get there ASAP." So we need to get a taxi, right? So there's a restaurant nearby. We ask the woman, "Hey, do you have a number for a taxi?" "No, I don't." "Oh man." Turn around and we see the bus coming toward the station. At the same time this is happening, this dog starts following me and starts jumping on me, starts kind of biting at me. At the exact same time, I'm like, what is going on? Okay, we need to get the bus. I start sprinting toward the bus. This black lab is sprinting after me, nipping at me the whole way.
Yes.
Literally to the bus, to where it goes in front of me, kind of to the bus. Gonna get on the bus.
Yeah, almost went on the bus. The bus driver had to start closing the doors
to kind of force it out or kind of scare it out a little bit. It was just crazy. Barely make it on the bus, get on the bus.
Yeah.
And man, this was the most intense bus ride of our lives. The guy just speeding, for example, the stop right before this one where we are now, which is, there's a bus stop right outside the hiking area. A woman and her husband were rushing to kind of get off the bus for the stop, just getting off, but getting off pretty quick. And the guy, as they were getting off the bus, he closes the door with her leg stuck in it or something and starts going, and she screams, "Oh my goodness."
We tried to get it on camera, but it was
impossible.
Time.
I couldn't hold the dog was chasing me. The bus, I was holding on with one hand on the railing, my camera in the other hand. Oh my goodness. Okay, but long story short, we're here now.
Yeah.
And we're here at the hike. And there's two options now you can kind of...
Yeah, so there's two options. You can hike up, which is about 40 minutes or so, or you can take what's called the aerosillas, and for each person's is 1,200 Argentinian pesos.
And that's basically a ski lift for Americans.
Yeah, a ski lift, exactly. And that's round trip, and you have to purchase round trip, even if you're planning on coming down by foot, which we may or may not do. We're deciding. But the last one is gonna go up soon, so we're kind of in a hurry.
And we really hope the view is worth it, but I guess you're gonna be the judge, so let's go. We're here at the top of the hike. You guys see this island over here? If you remember, this is the actual island where they tried to build an atomic bomb, right? And failed. How crazy is that? And then right behind, you see not far away, is the city of Bariloche. And then lastly, if we go up, 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 right there, that's the top of Cerro Alto, where the cable car goes. Do you think that this view here is better or the cable car? Let us know in the comments.
Sumner and I are hiking our way down, and our next stop is Brewery Patagonia, which is actually a super popular beer brand all over Argentina. And as I mentioned yesterday, all of Argentina, but specifically Bariloche, is known for its craft beer. So today we're gonna go on a tour of Patagonia Brewery, and it's supposed to have really beautiful views there as well, and we're gonna have some dinner there. So now all we have to do is figure it out how to get there.
Wow, look at the size of this pine cone. It's almost as big as that subscribe button. Just arrived here at Patagonia Brewery. Already loving the vibe so far.
Already want to come back, and we just got here.
I think we're definitely gonna come back because immediately when we walk in, everyone's super nice. And we got here right at the end as the sun was setting, kind of over all of the lakes and the mountains. Super beautiful. And obviously we're kind of here, kind of in the distillery area, and really excited for this tour, which I'll be narrating a little bit and kind of sharing a little bit with you. So our tour guide disappeared for like, I don't know, like 20 minutes, 30 minutes or something, and then came back. I think there's supposed to be food involved, but we have a couple, you guys can kind of see here, beers that we've kind of been sipping on. We've been talking to some others, there's Venezuelans, some other Argentinians, wonderful people, been having a wonderful time. I would say the tour felt a little bit short, but now it's been honestly really nice.
Yeah, now they're actually gonna show us how we can pair beer with some food, so they're gonna start bringing some food.
We've just been drinking quite a bit and talking, and I'm a little bit out of it, but it's been a good time, so that's all that matters. Got some more beer. Salud. Yeah, but there's a specific type of Argentinian bread that I can't pronounce here, like at the bottom. It's kind of hard to see because it's covered, that especially pairs well with the beer, so we're gonna give it some taste and see if it works. At this point, we're just talking about Hitler and how bad Xiao's food. All right, the dessert is here, and guys, I cannot tell you how many freaking beers. Look at this, and they even took glasses away. Oh my goodness. It's the next morning, and we've partially recovered from our night. We thought it was gonna be like 1.5 hours or 2 hours. It ended up being like over 3 hours from literally like what, 8 or 8:30 until
8:30 to
over midnight. We were leaving the brewery or the kind of the restaurant area, and everyone else was gone. It was just us. But what made it really special, so the food was great, the beer was fantastic. But the people that we were with were so wonderful, great to talk to. Time actually flew by. It was a wonderful time, I think specifically because of the group.
It was the best part of the tour for sure.
Yeah, and for me, it was my favorite part of Bariloche. That was my favorite experience personally, which I wasn't really expecting.
And also, two things that we really want to make sure to let you know if you're coming to Bariloche is that, as we mentioned throughout the vlogs, transportation was a little bit stressful. It was difficult to figure out the whole bus thing, where to get the pass, and also it was hard to find taxis or that other service, remises, and some of them overcharged a lot too. So definitely I would consider renting a car, even though it's not as cheap. It would make your life much easier if you're considering doing the same thing.
Exactly, like if you were just planning, for example, like downtown Bariloche, like the cathedral area, the chocolate shops or whatever, you know, the downtown, then going to like Xiao. There is direct kind of buses from there to there, but other than that, like kind of going off, like going to the brewery or going off a little bit if you ever want to make stops. Yeah, it'd be definitely, even though it is a bit more expensive, I think it definitely could be worth renting a car.
It would save you some stress, for sure.
Yeah. Yes.
And the second thing that we noticed is that the times of operations of the different places we went to were very weird. Some places would open at 8 p.m. Others will have like this gap during the day, like will close at 2 and then reopen at 5. And
some places, we're actually closed on 4:30 on Wednesdays, but then on Thursday. But regardless, honestly, Bariloche is so interesting of a place, really needed, kind of diverse in a way. Really cool and definitely worth putting on your bucket list.
Yes.
And we really hope that you enjoyed this adventure. We loved having you along with us. And be sure to check out our other adventures in Patagonia, specifically in El Chalten and Ushuaia, which we also had a wonderful time. Just such an amazing part of the world, Patagonia, Argentina. Love it so much. And like I said, appreciate you watching and your support. If you liked the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Comment with any questions you have below, and consider subscribing for more adventures around Argentina and all over the world. And until next time, ciao! You better press it.